Good morning to you. I am Mark Sudduth, and here's what's up in the tropics for Sunday, June 19th, 2022. In the Atlantic Basin, things are nice and quiet for now, but there's something we need to look for in the future. I'll go over that in just a moment. But the next several days, it looks to be nice and quiet. In the Eastern Pacific, we still have Blas and Celia, neither of which are a major problem. Celia, though, bringing some rain, heavy rain at times to portions of Central America, and it'll eventually move out into the Eastern Pacific, farther away from land, and maybe regenerate into a tropical storm again as Blas eventually dissipates, moving over cooler waters and encountering less favorable conditions overall. And no new areas seen developing in the Eastern Pacific in the next 5 days, and that means eventually the Atlantic, I do believe, is going to start to become a little bit busier. Looking at the satellite animation this morning, you can see our two systems in the Eastern Pacific. There is Blas with some deep convection, but it's starting to wane away. And then there is Celia, pretty disorganized, but again, a few squally conditions from time to time for portions of Central America and extreme southeastern Mexico. We do have an area of deep thunderstorms in the northwest Caribbean Sea associated with this large area of disturbed weather, this Central American gyre, still very persistent itself, but nothing developing out of it in the Atlantic. On the Atlantic Basin side, that is to say, of any concern, just some showers and thunderstorms kind of gathering there in the Gulf of Honduras. Notice out here, well to the south and east of Trinidad and Tobago, there is a tropical wave entering the scene at a fairly low latitude. Within a couple of days, that will enter the southern Windward Islands, and so you guys down there could experience some squally conditions, some heavy rain, and a few thunderstorms from time to time. Just a sign of what is coming as these tropical waves do get more and more energized over the coming weeks. We can see that reflected in the vorticity signature. There it is right there, well to the south and east of the Windward Islands, but it will be heading in that direction. And then another sizable area of energy and vorticity or spin in the atmosphere just to the south of the Cabo Verde Islands. This part of the Atlantic generally not favorable this time of year, but you still have to watch. There's no such thing as never. You never say never when it comes to the tropics. All right, now I want to show you this. This is the Euro EPS, the Ensemble Prediction System, cyclone locations over the next 15 days. What this shows us, those little gray lines, and occasionally one is blue or green, it's just beginning to show us that there is a signal of increased potential activity coming out of the deep tropics. Not a frontal system that comes off the east coast of the U.S., what we call frontal development or mid-latitude development, not a Central American gyre. This is your true meat of the hurricane season type development seen towards the end of the month of June and into July. This is just the beginnings of a signal that we're going to have to watch, and we can see that reflected here. This is the Euro that goes out days 8 through 10, and so it's picking up on a tropical wave. This is just an example. This isn't necessarily what's going to happen, but this is a sign that we're going to have to start watching the deep tropics here very closely as we get towards the end of the month of June. And of course, I will certainly do that tomorrow very thoroughly in my pretty lengthy hurricane outlook and discussion. Mondays are usually pretty long, and we'll go into great detail about this and a lot of other topics tomorrow afternoon. All right? Have a great rest of your Sunday. As always, thanks for tuning in to What's Up in the Tropics. I am Mark Sudduth. I'll be back with more for you here on this tomorrow and then tomorrow afternoon with the Hurricane Outlook and Discussion.